This week on Fan Sharp Focus, we are focused on Sunday Night Football. Ravens taking on the New England Patriots in Foxborough. Zach Zook joining me to talk a little bit about Sunday Night Football coming up. And Zach, interesting game coming up. The Ravens coming off a pretty good win against Indianapolis after losing to the Steelers back in Week 8. On the other side, you have the New England Patriots who just snuck away with a win against the winless New York Jets as they broke a 4-game losing streak, but didn't look good in the process of coming back in that one. What do you see from this game on Sunday night? What do you expect?
Well, if New England just had a couple more players, I think I'd actually like them in this one. And it'll be interesting to see how they play against a Baltimore Ravens team that does one thing so well, but maybe has a glaring weakness on the other side of the offense, and the fact that Lamar Jackson struggles to throw the ball. But Bill just doesn't have the horses on defense. I think one of the more underreported stories so far this season has been all the players they had opt out due to COVID at the start of the season, let alone the guys they've lost along the way. I don't think Stephon Gilmore is going to play, although I'm not sure. I don't think they've ruled him out yet. But they're beat up on both sides of the ball. They've had Cam Newton miss games. Obviously, he's back and he's going to start. But I just don't think that they have the horses to keep up with the Baltimore Ravens in this one. And the Ravens, on the flip side of it, just were able to get a tough win on the road against one of the NFL's best defenses. I heard a scout say that that the front seven that Indianapolis possesses is one of the best he's seen in years. And I agree with him. They have absolutely outstanding linebacker play, and DeForest Buckner, who they traded the 49ers for in the offseason, has been terrific. They are very tough to run against, yet the Baltimore Ravens found a way to win. So that game, I think, went a long way in solidifying them as a contender in the AFC. And I know the Patriots and Bill Belichick scheme it up as good as anybody, but as the old saying goes, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes, not the X's and O's. And I don't think Bill Belichick just has the guys on defense, particularly in the front seven, that are going to slow down Lamar Jackson in this rushing attack.
Yeah, it should be an interesting game on Sunday. We'll be watching that one closely. Zach, as far as the Patriots going forward, not just this season, but in the future, a couple questions. I mean, Bill Belichick, is he done with his kind of run that he's had? Do the Patriots bounce back? Do you think Cam Newton is a Patriot after this season? There's a lot of unanswered questions. What are your overall thoughts on the Patriots throughout the rest of this year and moving forward?
I think Cam Newton is probably gone after this year. I'd be surprised if he gets a starting job elsewhere. Maybe if he kind of can hold out late in the year like he did in this past offseason, he could get a job for a team that loses a quarterback in camp. But he's been, a little bit more candid in the media recently, saying that they've gone all into to win all these Super Bowls and win all these AFC championships, which they have. I mean, he's not telling a lie. He's also made some comments that he thinks that this season is a little bit of a joke with the coronavirus and everything that's gone on. You didn't have regular OTAs. You didn't have regular training camp, no preseason. So it has been a different season. And with all of his players opted out, I don't really quite blame him. I don't think it really affects the Patriots much going forward, but I do think obviously the loss of Gronk and Tom Brady looms large. They just have to rebuild it. And when you think about it, the Patriots haven't had a draft pick higher than like 24 for years now. I mean, they had one of the longest playoff streaks going in NFL history up until this year. It's going to get snapped, but they haven't had very high draft picks. They're finally going to get some higher draft picks. They're in the top 3 in terms of salary cap space in the offseason. I think Bill will be able to churn over the roster pretty thoroughly this offseason. I still don't think they're going to be one of the best rosters next year, but I'm not, downplaying the Patriots or counting them out for future success beyond 2020. I just think the coaching staff is too good, and they have too good of an organization to just disappear after Tom Brady leaves the organization.
Great analysis as always from the great Zach Zook. We'll be interested to see how the Ravens and Patriots play on Sunday night. Now the Patriots fare at the end of the year. Zach, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me on as always, TJ.
And don't forget, if you'd like to bet legally in Indiana, Illinois, or Iowa, be sure to check out fansharp.com and look for your deposit bonus with promo code FORT. Fansharp. Root like a fan. Bet like a sharp.